I am Chief Simon Oyeleke Ologunde, Chief Akogun of Ijago Land. The Onyo Baptist High School was given to the Baptist community Ijago in 1971, November. Baptist Association that asked any town in this area that would give 5,000 naira to the convention as surety so that the Nigerian Baptist Convention can provide assistance to that school and give the working materials for the school. Ijago was the only town that was able to give 5,000 pounds. This was possible because Baba Adeyemi of Onikotunwoke Compound Ijago voluntarily donated 3,000 pounds, and the Baptist Church gave the remainder 2,000 pounds. Therefore, the convention allowed Ijago to have this Baptist school. Onyo was purely a voluntary agency school. That is, we contributed in Ijago to run that school. Government didn't have any participation there at all. We did the recognition inspection for WAEC to present candidates for WAEC in 1975. At that time, I was active vice principal of the school. I got government appointment, but because we wanted to aid Ijago Baptist, I came to Onyo Baptist High School. I presented myself as the teacher for English, the teacher for literature in English. We passed both subjects. Then government decided to help us with grants in aid. That is, we would reduce the school fees we were charging, and government would supplement that to aid in the payment of teachers and in the payment of other workers in the school. But it was purely grants in aid, giving some grant to assist the people who are the owners of their institution and who bear the brunt of the construction for buildings, laboratories, and so forth. Only in the case of Ijago, the government girls' high school given to Ijago was encompassed with Onyo Baptist High School, on the understanding that government school would give buildings to Onyo Baptist High School. It never came to pass because shortly after that pronouncement, George Agbazikaini was removed as governor of Kwara State. The buildings which were to be built are still unbuilt there till today. The Baptist community was running the school on its own, and government was providing grants in aid to assist the school, but the school belonged purely to the Baptist. If this school has been able to run for 50 years without confusion, without difficulty, the government should not create one using hijab in schools. Government approved that any pupil willing to wear hijab could wear it in a granted school. That was April 2021. But Onyo, nobody wanted that until recently, when some people from outside came to force the students to be wearing it, and it creates confusion. My advice to government is to leave these developing schools, these progressive schools, to the owners of the school and let them run their school. If the government gives grants in aid, as government does, even to Ansaruddin Secondary School, they should allow the wearing of dresses in schools to comply with what the institution wants. Therefore, I advise government not to create problem where none existed. That is my advice to Kwara State government. And to Ijago town, Ijago didn't have this type of problem. Ijago had been in problem for nearly 38 years, but we settled it. We shouldn't introduce another one along this religious lines. This is my piece of advice to both Ijago and to the state government, claiming that it is government pronouncement and so forth doesn't help us in Ijago town.
So long live
Ijago, long live Kwara State government,